The Victorian house stood at the edge of campus like a forgotten relic. Tall, narrow, with peeling green paint and crooked shutters, it loomed against the dull autumn sky. Chloe stood on the sidewalk with a cardboard box in her arms, staring up at it, drawn to its strange, haunting charm. Chloe dragged her suitcase up the final flight of stairs, breathing hard. The narrow corridor at the top floor smelled of dust and varnish. At the far end, a faded door marked "Attic, Locked," sat beneath a low ceiling, untouched. Her room was across from it. She felt the air grow heavier as she unlocked her door. Chloe unpacked, placing an old music box on her nightstand. The room was small but cozy, with a slanted ceiling and a window overlooking bare trees. The silence wrapped around her like a blanket, oddly thick and unmoving. She paused, looking up toward the attic. Late that night, Chloe sat at her desk reading. The only sound was the ticking of a small wall clock. Then she noticed the absence of normal sounds. No creaking floorboards, no wind, just a dense, unnatural silence pressing in. She glanced toward the ceiling. A sharp creak echoed from directly above. Chloe froze, eyes wide. The sound was deliberate, like someone shifting their weight on an old chair. She forced a laugh and shook her head, trying to dismiss it as the house settling, though her body remained tense. Sunlight streamed into the room. Chloe rolled over and sat up. Her music box, usually beside her bed, now rested at the foot of it. Closed, undisturbed. Her heart sank. She stood slowly, unease rising like a slow tide. Chloe stared at the box in her hands. Maybe she had knocked it off in her sleep. She asked her housemates if anyone had been in her room. They all shook their heads. Their laughter faded quickly when they noticed how serious she looked. Chloe returned from class, humming to herself. But her song died the moment she opened her bedroom door. Her rare books, usually in perfect rows, were scattered across the floor, some open, some stacked backward. Her blood ran cold. She began locking her door, even when she stepped out for water. Her hands trembled as she slid the bolt each night, and still the noises continued: scratches, groans, shifting weight, always from the attic. She woke at 3 in the morning. The sound was faint but rhythmic, a soft scratching like nails dragging slowly across wood. It came directly from the ceiling above her bed. While reading at her desk, Chloe heard it so faint she almost dismissed it. A whisper, human, female, unintelligible. It drifted down from the attic like a sigh through the rafters. She froze, every muscle locked in place, breath held. The next morning, Chloe stood outside the attic door. The silence was absolute. She touched the doorknob, cold. The air smelled thick, stale, metallic. Her skin crawled. She backed away, locking her bedroom door with shaking hands. Chloe sat on the floor of her room, staring at her screwdriver. Her decision was made. The police would not come for noises. Her housemates were skeptical. She would open the attic herself. Curiosity eclipsed fear for now. Chloe inserted the screwdriver into the lock. It resisted, groaned, then gave way with a snap. The door creaked open, releasing a blast of stale, cold air. Dust stirred in lazy spirals. She stepped inside, holding her phone like a weapon. The attic stretched into darkness. Furniture sat beneath dusty sheets like frozen figures. Cobwebs hung in thick strands. The floor creaked beneath her feet. A broken mirror leaned against the far wall, its surface warped. In the center of the attic, on a small wooden chair, sat a porcelain doll, cracked, pale, one eye missing. It faced the door as if waiting. Around its neck, a tarnished silver locket. Chloe's breath caught in her throat. Scattered at the base of the doll were objects, personal things. A carved wooden bird from her shelf, an earring she thought she had lost, a photo of her family from her desk. Chloe's knees weakened. Someone had taken them, placed them here. Chloe realized she had been watched. Not recent constantly, not by someone, but by something. The doll's one eye stared directly at her. Her mind raced. The attic was not storage. It was a shrine. Behind the doll, a sheet-covered object trembled. The soft, rhythmic scratching began again, louder now. Chloe stumbled back. A moan followed, deep, guttural, ancient. She turned to run, chest heaving. She lunged through the attic door, stumbling onto the hallway floor. She slammed the door shut and drove the screwdriver into the frame to jam it. Her hands shook violently. She screamed down the stairwell for her housemates, her voice breaking. Her housemates rushed up the stairs, breathless and confused. Chloe pointed at the attic door, unable to form words. They tried to open it, but it was stuck fast. Behind it, silence. The scratching was gone. The police arrived an hour later. Chloe watched from the living room, wrapped in a blanket. Officers climbed to the attic. She waited, expecting them to come down screaming. But when they returned, their faces were blank. Nothing, they said. Just dust and a doll. The police removed the doll and the personal items. Chloe stood at a distance, watching through the kitchen doorway. Even in the officer's hands, the doll's one eye seemed to follow her. Its cracked mouth curled in a silent grin. The landlord came. He swore the attic had been locked for years. No one had the key. No previous tenants had reported anything strange. Chloe stared at him, wondering if he was lying, or if he truly did not know what lived above. Chloe packed before sunrise. Every creak of the house felt like a whisper. Every shadow watched. She left the music box behind. She could not take any of it. She walked out without looking back. By afternoon, the room was empty. Her housemates helped carry the last box to the car. None of them spoke. None of them looked toward the attic door. The silence was complete again, as if the house was holding its breath. Chloe moved into a modern apartment near campus. No history, no creaks, no attic. But still, sometimes, she woke in the night, heart racing, listening, expecting. The silence there was too different, too clean. She began dreaming of the attic, of the doll. In one dream, she found the music box open, playing by itself. In another, she was back beneath the slanted ceiling, and the door was slowly creaking open. She always woke just before seeing inside. Even in daylight, she sometimes felt the prickle at the base of her neck. The sense of unseen eyes. She would turn, find nothing, but the air would feel heavier for a moment, like something had just been there. One night, as she drifted toward sleep, she heard it again. Faint, familiar. A whisper, rising from the floorboards beneath her bed. Her eyes flew open. She did not move. She did not breathe. She already knew what it was. The screen fades to black. The whispering has stopped. The attic door is shut. But something lingers. In the quiet, in the shadows, in the corners of rooms you think are empty, it waits. The story is over, but the silence continues. If this story unsettled you, make sure to like the video, share it with someone who sleeps near an attic, and subscribe for more true horror you will not forget.